Hey there, digital citizens. Welcome back. I'm your host, Forever Alone Fred, coming to you live from my personal respawn point, also known as my gaming dungeon. If you're a returning viewer, congratulations on surviving another week in this multiplayer madness we call life. If you're new here, welcome to the server, where the only thing we're leveling up is our collective despair. Last time, we explored the anxiety-inducing world of social media. Today, we're leveling up our loneliness as we dive into the world of online gaming. Buckle up, Buttercup. We're about to take a joyride through the uncanny valley of virtual friendships. Let's start with the basics. Online gaming, the place where millions go to escape their real-life loneliness by immersing themselves in a world of virtual loneliness. It's like trading in your real-world problems for pixelated ones. Congratulations, you're still miserable, but now with better graphics. Picture this. It's 3 a.m., you're on your 14th hour of gaming, surrounded by empty energy drink cans and the faint smell of regret. You've just achieved a victory royale in Fortnite. You should feel ecstatic, right? Instead, you feel nothing. Welcome to the emotional wasteland of online gaming, where victories are hollow and defeats are soul-crushing. But hey, at least you're not alone, right? You've got your squad, your clan, your guild. These are your real friends, people you've never met, whose real names you don't know, but who you trust with your virtual life. It's like making friends in the Witness Protection Program, except the only crime you're hiding from is your own loneliness. Let's talk about Twitch for a moment. Twitch, where watching other people play video games has become a form of social interaction. It's like going to a party, but instead of talking to people, you stand in the corner and watch someone else have all the fun. But don't worry, you can always express yourself through emotes, because nothing says, "I'm a well-adjusted human being," quite like spamming PogChamp in a chat room. And let's not forget the voice chats, those digital coliseums, where the art of conversation goes to die. Xbox Live, PlayStation Network, these are the modern-day Athenian forums, where great minds converge to engage in intellectual discourse. And by intellectual discourse, I mean a cacophony of prepubescent screaming, punctuated by creative uses of profanity that would make a sailor blush. It's like eavesdropping on a UN Security Council meeting. If all the delegates were hyperactive tweens fueled by energy drinks and pixel-induced rage, you haven't truly experienced the depths of human communication until you've heard a detailed critique of your mother's virtue delivered by someone whose voice hasn't even broken yet. These voice chats are where friendships are forged in the fires of shared misery. Nothing bonds people quite like surviving a lobby where someone's eating chips directly into their microphone for 3 hours straight. It's a beautiful reminder that no matter our age, nationality, or skill level, we can all come together to accuse each other of hacking when we lose and smurfing when we win. In these hallowed digital halls, we're not just gamers. We're connoisseurs of creative insults and virtuosos of the rage quit. It's almost heartwarming in a dystopian sort of way. But the real magic happens when you try to translate these online friendships into the real world. It's like trying to port a game to a different console. Something always gets lost in translation. You meet up with your raid buddy from World of Warcraft, only to realize that in real life, they can't tank social situations any better than you can. It's the uncanny valley of social interaction, close to normal, but just off enough to make everyone uncomfortable. Speaking of uncomfortable, let's talk about gaming addiction. It's the only addiction where the withdrawal symptoms include increased productivity and improved personal hygiene. Sorry, I can't come to work today. I'm going through Apex Legends withdrawal. The shakes are real, and I keep trying to slide jump down the hallway. But perhaps the most insidious part of online gaming is the illusion of progress. You grind for hours, days, weeks to level up your character. You feel a sense of accomplishment. You've achieved something. But then you look around your room, at the unwashed dishes and the growing pile of laundry, and realize the only thing you've truly leveled up is your isolation. And don't even get me started on battle passes and seasonal content. It's like the game developers have weaponized FOMO. Quick, log in now, or you'll miss out on this limited time skin that does absolutely nothing but make you feel slightly less dead inside. It's the digital equivalent of dangling keys in front of a baby, except the baby is you, and the keys are a new weapon skin for your virtual gun. Let's not forget the wonderful world of microtransactions, because apparently paying $60 for a game isn't enough anymore. Now you have to pay extra for the privilege of making your virtual character dab. It's like a strip club for your wallet. You keep throwing money at it, but you still end up alone and slightly ashamed. But hey, at least online gaming is bringing people together, right? Sure, if by bringing people together, you mean giving them a platform to argue about which console is superior. The console wars, where grown adults argue passionately about plastic boxes that play games. It's like a religious war, but instead of gods, we're fighting over frame rates and exclusive titles. And then there's the wonderful world of gaming forums and subreddits, the digital thunderdomes, where gamers gather to engage in civil discourse. Picture a gladiatorial arena, but instead of swords and shields, our warriors wield keyboards and an encyclopedic knowledge of obscure gaming trivia. You haven't truly experienced the depths of human interaction until you've witnessed a 50-comment thread debating the aerodynamics of a chocobo's wings or the ethical implications of eating mushrooms in Mario. It's like watching a nature documentary about the mating rituals of particularly aggressive keyboard warriors. And let's not forget the pinnacle of online discourse, the get-good philosophers. These wise sages dispense their profound wisdom to any gamer struggling with a particularly challenging boss fight. Their enlightened response to cries for help: just don't get hit, bro. Truly, we are in the presence of greatness. But the real magic happens in the unpopular opinion threads. That's where brave souls go to share such controversial takes as microtransactions are bad or The Witcher 3 is a good game. It's like watching a toddler discover their own reflection. Adorable, but slightly concerning if it goes on for too long. You haven't experienced true loneliness until you've spent 3 hours crafting the perfect response to some random user's hot take on loot box mechanics, only to have your comment buried under an avalanche of memes and "this" replies. It's community building at its finest, folks. Where else can you feel so connected, yet so utterly alone? Remember, in these hallowed digital halls, everyone's opinion is equally valid. And by equally valid, I mean instantly dismissible, if it doesn't align with the hive mind. It's democracy in action, where the upvote button is the great equalizer, and the downvote button is the digital equivalent of a rotten tomato. So, next time you're feeling lonely, just remember there's a whole world of equally isolated individuals out there, eagerly awaiting your hot take on whether that blurry texture in the background is actually a teaser for the next expansion. It's practically like having real friends. If your real friends had names made up of random characters and numbers and communicated exclusively through emotes and copypastas, who needs meaningful, face-to-face interactions when you can have heated debates about frame rates with strangers who might actually be very sophisticated bots? Welcome to the future of social interaction, where the line between human connection and advanced AI is as blurry as your vision after a 12-hour gaming marathon. But perhaps the saddest part of online gaming is when you realize you're using it as a substitute for real-life interactions. It's like dating a body pillow. It might feel comforting, but deep down, you know it's not real. You've got 500 friends on Steam, but you can't remember the last time you had a face-to-face conversation that didn't involve asking for your order number. As we wrap up this journey through the pixelated wasteland of online gaming, remember, no matter how lonely you feel, grinding for that next level, there are millions of other players out there feeling exactly the same way. We're all alone, together, in this massive, multiplayer world. This has been Forever Alone Fred, reminding you that in the grand game of life, we're all just NPCs in someone else's story. But hey, at least NPCs don't have to worry about their KD ratio. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment. Or don't. Much like my will to go outside, I've learned not to expect it. Stay connected, stay lonely, and remember, in the world of online gaming, everyone can hear you scream, but they're all too busy respawning to care. GG's.